Today, we're going to dive into a pretty amazing organization. It's one that operates at this fascinating crossroads, where local action meets global impact and where really big ideas lead to real-world change. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's start with a little bit of a puzzle. What on earth could possibly connect a massive global sporting event, the entire future of how we work, and a youth arts project? I mean, on the surface, they seem like they're from totally different worlds. So, what's the hidden link here?
Well, let's look at the first piece of our puzzle. This is a really serious effort to fight human trafficking, especially around huge events like the World Cup.
Now, the second piece, it explores this kind of radical idea. What if families could just live, work, and learn from literally anywhere on the planet, breaking free from all those traditional boundaries?
And for our third piece, get this. A massive global arts initiative that connects 300,000 young artists with children in need all across 58 different countries.
So, the answer? It turns out all of these things, from human rights to the future of work to global art, they're all conversations happening in one place. The Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley. It's this incredible hub where all these different ideas come together to spark actual change. So, to really get how they do all this, let's first take a look at how the club tackles these huge global challenges. And they do it by starting right in their own backyard, and then reaching all the way across the world. So, let's start local. In 2026, you've got the Super Bowl, March Madness, and the FIFA World Cup all coming to Santa Clara County. Now, unfortunately, with huge events like these, there's a much higher risk of human trafficking. So the club is a key part of No Traffic Ahead, an initiative that's using what we've learned from past events to protect vulnerable people right there in their own community.
But their reach goes way, way beyond local issues. Globally, they're involved in just about everything, from upgrading science labs in Uganda to protecting a UNESCO reserve in South Africa to cleaning up rivers over in Indonesia, all while also supporting education for girls in Afghanistan. The scope is it's truly impressive.
Okay, so that's the direct action part. Now, let's look at their other key focus. You see, the Silicon Valley in their name? That's not an accident. A huge part of who they are is about sparking conversations that really challenge how we think and ultimately shape the future. And to do that, well, you've got to bring in some heavy hitters. They recently hosted the legend himself, Guy Kawasaki, a key figure at both Apple and Canva, and his talk was called Conventional Business Wisdom That's Actually Wrong. Right there, that tells you they're all about hosting these provocative, high-level discussions.
And that's the crucial point here. While the speakers are obviously top-notch, the real magic is in the ideas they bring to the table. The ideas that really push boundaries and get you to imagine new possibilities.
Take this model from L.A. Forshaw of Boundless Life. It's a complete reimagining of the whole work-life family balance. It's about living globally, but also having this place-based education, so learning that's centered on your local environment, and a real sense of community, all made possible by remote work. It's basically a blueprint for a whole new kind of global citizenship. And that's just one example. I mean, you look through their meetings and they're just filled with topics about the future, from inspiring the next generation of solar innovators to talking about how libraries are becoming these central hubs in the new sharing economy.
So, we've seen the global action and the future-focused ideas, but where does the rubber really meet the road? Let's dig into the direct impact this club has on actual people and their communities. This number, it's just staggering. Through a program they support called the Memory Project, they help connect over 300,000 young artists with children around the world, many of whom have faced some pretty tough stuff like neglect, violence, or loss. This project delivers art, connection, and a sense of value on a massive, massive scale.
And their impact really operates on every level. So on a community scale, they'll explore how something like a minor league hockey team can actually be a huge force for local good. And then they'll go to the deeply personal level, sharing stories of individual resilience that remind us that powerful change also happens one person at a time. And it all comes back to empowerment. They host talks on really practical skills, like financial literacy. They shine a light on uncomfortable truths, like poverty in their own area. And, maybe most importantly, they ask the really tough questions, like, is the help we're giving actually what the community needs?
So, after seeing all of this, the global projects, the innovative ideas, the personal stories, it really brings us to one final crucial point. The Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley. It's not just a club or, a bunch of meetings. It's a carefully curated, dynamic, and continuous conversation about finding problems, dreaming up solutions, and then actually taking action to make the world a better place.
And so it all kind of comes down to this. When you see how one group can connect so many different conversations for change, it makes you wonder, if you could start just one conversation to change the world, what would you talk about?